So plum sauce, ginger, garlic and shallots are all going to go into this little pan here. And the other thing is that with plum sauce and plums, you don't have to use fresh fruit at all.
Right.
In fact, use a tin.
A tin of plums?
A tin of plums, that's it. Good old plums in a tin. Rip open the tin. That's it, sorted. I love these things. Look at that. Oh.
Are they in syrup?
They are in syrup.
And do you drain them or do you use everything in them?
I'm going to keep some of the liquid,
yeah.
but actually just the plums themselves. So we've got different spices here. Cloves, cinnamon, and Chinese fire spice.
Okay.
A pinch of each one of those into here.
Right. Like that.
Yep.
Cloves.
Yes. And then now a big teaspoon of Chinese fire spice.
Like a big spoon like that? More? Bit more.
Bit more.
And again?
Yeah, go on. Nice.
Right.
Good. Now, in the bottom of that pan are all these spices and bits and pieces, and you'll let them roast because that's where all the flavour comes from.
Yep.
And then there's a little trick to deglaze it by adding a bit of vinegar.
Okay.
And then in you go your plums. And then a little bit of the juice. And then what will happen is that'll just start to cook down nicely. And then we'll put a lid on it and we'll mix that, squash that all down in a second.
So they'll just cook down to sort of just break down and be in that lovely sticky sauce, almost like a jam.
That's it, but it's a spicy plum jam. So lid across the top and we'll come back to that a little bit later on. Duck pancakes always have to have cucumber and spring onions, don't they?
They do.
But go with your plum sauce. So that's your job.
Okay.
Cucumber, spring onions. I've got some bean shoots as well and then some tatsoi.
Some tatsoi?
Tatsoi.
I thought this was, well, this is the pak choy or bok choy.
Well, choy means cabbage.
Yeah.
So it can be anything you like.
Tatsoi.
Yeah.
Right, so we're putting that in with our pancakes as well.
Yeah, because it's like cucumber. It's sort of like lovely and moist with the duck.
Good, I'll try it.
Fantastic.
Nice. So you always do, you sort of just peel a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, I like to get rid of some of the peel.
Yeah.
Now the duck itself. Spiced duck, I'm going to do a salt and pepper duck, which is going to go lovely and crispy and just fry it very gently. So into a mortar and pestle, black peppercorns.
Yep.
Quite a lot. And salt, equal quantities. So salt and pepper is a way of spicing things and frying it, but you get a lovely crispy outside, and then you mix it with a bit of flour.
Okay.
Grind them up, just crunch them, so they become a kibble. And then that goes into a bowl.
Yep.
So there's a lot of seasoning, a lot of salt and pepper. It might be a surprising amount.
Okay.
But that's fine. And then self-raising flour. Not plain flour.
Or corn flour.
You can use corn flour, but I like this because the self-raising flour puffs up around the outside.
Okay.
And you get crispy bits and then you get soggy bits.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? There's the sort of texture thing, which I think is really important. And then I'm going to take some duck breasts, which you can buy in the supermarket. Cut big slivers of duck, or just nice thin slivers of duck. Skin on, and then you end up with lovely strips.
Right, okay.
Then you take those strips and drop them into the flour mix, and then give it a really good stir around. And you've got to massage the flour mixture into the duck. And the salt and pepper will become the seasoning, but the salt, the pepper and the flour will all now stick to the outside of that duck.
Okay.
And becomes almost like a batter because the meat itself is moist. Wash my hands. That's done. And now back to a little station. Wok, bit of oil, not too much, so that you can then fry in it. And you've got to be quite hot because you're going to put stuff in it, which means that it's going to drop temperature really quickly.
Okay.
And these bits of duck need to be coated really well in the flour. And now, these are dropped in.
Lovely.
But not too many,
I was going to say, do you need to do it in batches?
Yeah, a couple at a time because the oil will go too cold. And let it bubble. The great thing about frying is a fryer talks to you.
Yep.
And if you look what's going on right now, everything's floated to the top. it was really sizzling, and in a moment the sizzling is going to subside. And when the sizzling subsided, the duck's ready.
So when it floats to the top, you're nearly there.
You're nearly there.
And then once the bubbles have stopped,
almost completely, the sizzling stopped. It won't completely stop, but
Okay.
almost. And then straight onto a bit of paper. And these bits are quite heavily seasoned.
that looks ace.
Now, right now, if you look at that oil,
Yeah.
you see it's all cloudy.
Yes.
If you let it clear, that will tell you it's back to temperature.
That's brilliant, that tip.
And then we'll mash some more. Do you like that tip?
Yeah.
And then we'll mash the rest of this plum sauce up. So
Okay.
a little fork, we'll mash the sauce up. But pretty quick, you know.
Yeah,
10 minutes,
I'm
you got plum
amazed.
sauce, and then you got some crispy duck.
I can't believe how quick it took that duck to cook. Right, I'm going to start plating up. Shall I pour that into there, some sauce?
Put some sauce into there, yeah. Great.
Oh,
Sauce
the
smells
smell of
alright.
that. Yeah, it smells like Christmas.
The duck simply goes across the top. We need some pancakes.
Which are in the warming drawer, I think.
They are. So they're warm.
There we go.
But as far as duck pancakes go, microwave's really good.
Yeah, and we have these in our freezer, don't we? Just take them out.
Always there is duck pancakes in the freezer.
They are.
Pancakes on the side, folded up for everybody to help themselves. So there we are. Some crispy duck, pancakes, plum sauce, some veg to go with it.
Delicious.